What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We back with some more Suicide Boys. This time we're checking out the song 5 Grand at 8 to 1. Okay, so based off that title, gambling problems and everything. But also with Suicide Boys having some undertones, whether it be me reaching or if that's what they actually mean and everything. 5 grand at 8 to 1 could also mean just pretty much how you're going about life, right? Not necessarily just gambling, but you just putting your all in situations that most likely won't turn out. And even if they did, it might not even be as big as a payout as you think it's going to be. Those are my initial thoughts based off the title alone. So let's go ahead, shut up and turn it up. Is that a sample?
Ain't nobody fucking with me like they used to. Odysee in the coupe, so I scooped you. I get caught up in my thoughts and I can think right. Caught up in the nightmare, so I don't sleep right.
That's interesting right there, right? Ain't nobody messing with me like they used to.
Nobody fucking with me like they used to. Odysee.
So open seat in a coupe, so I scooped you, right? So interesting way of putting that. Open seat in a coupe, so I scooped you. There was no other type of there was no other type of what do you want to call it, like requirements, right? There was an open seat, so I just grabbed you, right? If ain't nobody messing with you anymore and you kind of feel like you alone, right, and whatever you're doing, then you'll just start welcoming any type of any type of what friends or any type of friendliness, right? And which is a dangerous game because you don't want to be too trusting. But that's just how you feel sometimes when you don't feel like nobody's in your seat. So open seat in the coupe, so I scooped you, right? Ain't nobody else messing with me. Hey, how you doing? Go ahead and get in, right? Now, keep in mind, he said in the coupe, so I scooped you, right? So this is, coupe, this is a expensive car. Coupes are expensive. Yeah, it's an expensive car, right? I wouldn't be welcoming just anybody inside my coupe, right? Unless I trusted you. That puts the severity of what he just said. Open seat in the coupe, so I just scooped you, right? That's how lonely I am. Okay.
In the coupe, so I scooped you. I get caught up in my thoughts and I can think right. Caught up in the nightmare, so I don't sleep right. I just want them to treat me like they used to. I just want something rare that I'm used to. Yeah, I just want them to treat me like they. I just want something rare that I'm. Went from no one to someone, at least I thought so. Stuck up in a bad dream, much of fun, bro.
Yeah. Went from no one to someone, at least I thought so. Oftentimes when people are seeking, trying to be famous and everything, I believe often it's not like you would think it's going to be. And the crazy thing about that is that we have so many documentaries and stuff and so many songs like this one that tells you about these things, but yet people still have those kind of notions that when they blow up and when they become someone, that life is going to be somewhat easier, when most of the time you're going to be wishing that things were simple before you blew up and everything. So he says he's got a front seat, right? So basically these are issues that he's dealing with, and the reason why he's got front seat is because can't nobody else experiencing what he's experiencing. You know what I mean? It's the same thing as you being on court floor. You're able to see more of NBA players. You're able to see more details and everything than somebody that's like all the way up there in the bleachers. So
went from no one to someone, at least I thought so. Stuck up in a bad dream, much of fun, bro. People wanted me that everything is gonna change. Never thought that it would be in the worst way. Life going up and going down at the same time. Suicidal thoughts creeping up in my mind. Drug dealer, pocket reaping up in the fist. Only thing I fucking had to get me through the shit.
Reaping all the benefits, right? So, drug dealers and everything, they prey off, obviously your addiction, right? Your pain. They don't really care too much about you as long as you keep bringing in the money. So Reaper. And it's interesting that he said the Reaper, right? Because, that's often how we paint death, as this Reaper, collecting the benefits, right? Just like, hey, here you go. Here's something to, ease that pain that you're going through and everything, while they just secretly waiting for you to destroy yourself.
Drug dealer, pocket reaping up in the fist. Only thing I fucking had to get me through the shit.
Oh, reaping the benefits, but I still look at it as a reaper. You know what I mean?
I've been stripped of all I had. Man, lost relations with my dad. Damn, lost relations with the fam. Damn, lost touch of who I am. Say, I'm out seeking peace, like a seeking air to breathe. Pray to a God that I never thought I would believe. Grant me serenity for all the things I cannot change.
It's another interesting bar right there. Pray to a God that I never thought I would believe. So again, we're still getting lyrics and stuff that talks about the severity, right? The lengths that they're going through, right? That's that's one thing I've come to like about Suicide Boys is that they're able to say a lot in such a short amount of time, right? The same thing with the scooped up added open seat in the coop, so I scooped you, right? And what I was able to bring from that. First here, pray to a God I never thought I would believe in. Do you know how hard it is, right? To convince an atheist or anybody who doesn't believe in a higher power to believe in a higher power. They have to be at their absolute lowest, right? So that's what these lyrics are entailing.
Pray to a God that I never thought I would believe. Grant me serenity for all the things I cannot change. Wisdom to know that what I can ain't the same. Ain't nobody fucking with me like they used to. Open seat in the coupe, so I scoop you. I get caught up in my thoughts and I can't think right. Caught up in the nightmare, so I don't sleep right. I just want them to treat me like they used to. I just want something real that I'm used to. I just want them to treat me like, I just want something real that I'm, All my life I've been waiting till the time right. Waiting for the shaded light that make me shine bright. They turn the night, we turn the months.
Time passing very quickly.
Press the pause button just once. Hiding in the back, trying to catch to the front. Everything I like, I make up for it when I stun more bitches, more. Trying to catch the front. Everything I lack,
I'll make up for it when I stunt. See, that's a dangerous game, right? Where, sometimes people say, people who are successful generally have to they had to do some things to kind of get there, right? It's very few people experience overnight success. A lot of people got to do probably some things that they didn't want to do in order to achieve the success they want, right? So it says here that everything I lack, I'll make up for it when I stunt, right? So if you lack the ability to kind of do things the proper way and you're going to wait for it to happen when you stunt, well, the chances are it will never happen, right? And what you was lacking, you're probably going to lack even more because that foundation was gone. So it's better to kind of build up that so when you do eventually stunt, right, you can continue to stunt without having to worry about all this extra baggage.
I make up for it when I stun more bitches, more money, more drugs, more bunnies, more stuff, the more I want, the more I feeling fucked up.
And that's the reason why I always tell people that money cannot buy true happiness. It is temporary. It's temporary happiness. Of course, this is my opinion. I can go back and forth with a whole lot of you guys, but if you were depressed before, right, and you ran into a whole lot of money, the only thing you've done is distracted yourself, but the depression is not healed. And eventually, here's what happens. Eventually, just like you get used to not having a lot of money, you get used to having a lot of money. And eventually, all these things that you can now all of a sudden afford, you wondering, why can it not fill this empty void? I have all this money. I have this freaking yacht. We got chicks dancing. I got all these things and everything, but I still feel so empty because nothing's changed. It's because all you did was buy yourself a temporary distraction. Okay. I would die on that hill. Money does not buy true happiness. Okay. It rarely does. It will solve a lot of problems, probably get you out of debt and everything. But true happiness starts within oneself, and that does not require any money.
Drugs, more bunnies, more stuff, the more I want, the more I feeling fucked up. Going through the motions, fucking barely even growing. Hiding all of my emotions, never change them, stop posting. What the lame excuse to keep doing what I do.
Yeah.
Wasting my shine, and that's the fucking truth.
So interesting. Okay. So kind of got the idea of what's going on there, but this whole entire time I was looking at this video, right? One thing I know about Suicide Boys is that, the AMV they got going that's playing back here, right? It can't just be there just for no reason, right? But they got a kid that's crying. Now, what can we summarize? That's the word, right? From this, right? For baby, think about the things that a baby would cry for, right? So when you are of that age, you feel helpless, right? You don't know how to communicate your problems. So the only thing you know how to do is cry. And that's it. And then hope for some type of resolution to come. Is that kind of similar to what we heard in these lyrics, right? Don't necessarily know what to do. So I'm just doing the things that I feel that are in my control until I reach a solution, until I reach a resolution. Baby's crying, probably wants some milk. Resolution, give him some milk, right? An adult going through some problems and everything, don't know how to express what he's going through or don't necessarily know how to solve it, will look for alternative methods. For a baby, crying. For an adult, other alternative methods. Now that's interesting, right? Now, of course, I could be reaching. All of this stuff, I could always be reaching, but it's always nice to it's fun to kind of dive into this stuff. But I do appreciate you guys checking out these reactions. I'm a very wordy reactor, and I can't tell you how many you pause too much comments that I get. But I don't think I've seen a single one on these Suicide Boys. And that tells me that you guys are, that tells me what kind of audience that Suicide Boy has. Like, you guys definitely like listening to the lyrics. Some of you guys might even resonate with that. And that's cool, right? That's cool, because then I get to, I kind of get that freedom and kind of that pressure, because I'm always pause when I need to, but it's kind of nice to know I don't have to worry about that type of pressure of people pausing and telling me that I'm always pausing. I get to actually express. So I definitely feel more of myself doing reactions like this without having to worry about those type of comments. But I definitely do understand that your time is super valuable. So I just wanted to say that I appreciate you if you've made it to the end of this video and haven't clicked off, because I think about a whopping 80% of the people click off this video as soon as the video's done. So I can't blame you. Like I said, you guys got things to do, but I appreciate those who are still here right now. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.